So how did you come up with this idea?
I just, you had on your shirt, and I don't want to sound, just for whatever reason at that moment, the Tiki Goth Club kind of reminded me of like the Scooby-Doo gang, the Mysteries Inc., or Spinnin', or Hardy Boys, or something like that. And so I kind of like made it into this little mystery thing, and just kind of clicked in my head.
And I love it, though. I love it. And that's the thing. When the Tiki Goth Club stops, when we stop drinking tiki drinks, we're going to start solving mysteries. Aloha, children of the night, and welcome to another episode of the Tiki Goth Club. Today I am in Whidbey Island, or I'm on Whidbey Island, which is about a good solid 2.5 hour drive from Seattle. And I'm all the way up here to visit my good friend Sean, a.k.a. the Tiki Tourist, a.k.a. Mr. Monster GoGo, a.k.a. do you have any other a.k.a.s? Or?
That's pretty much it.
So there's two. Now. For now. Some people have multi-personalities. Sean has multi-aliases. And how I met Sean is he has a blog called The Tiki Tourist.
Yeah, Monster GoGo's Tiki Tourist, yes.
Yeah, and originally Sean's from Central California. Mm-hmm. And he moved up here to the Pacific Northwest about, what are we talking about, a year ago?
A year ago, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and he moved up here to be closer to his family. And I know how that is. My whole family's back in PA, and it's like, well, if I had the option, if that worked, I'd do it, but there's nothing to do in the coal region of Pennsylvania. So Sean has a blog. It's called The Tiki Tourist, and you blog about your travels.
My tiki travels.
Tiki travels, going to mostly tiki bars.
Yeah.
And when did you start blogging about tiki?
I have other blogs, and I started. In one of them, I started writing occasionally about tiki things because I like the tiki thing.
Yeah.
And then I saw your blog actually.
Oh.
And it kind of got me thinking, I can do one just dedicated to tiki. So I moved everything over, and I think it was in 2019-ish, and and it's been going since.
Well, I thought you were going to say, like, if this guy could do a blog, I can do it.
No, but you were inspiration. I'm like, oh, yeah, Tiki blog, Tiki with Ray. I get it. Oh, yeah, but you have your videos and stuff. I don't do that.
Yeah, well, not yet.
I'm camera shy.
You just wait. Just wait. Never say never. So anyway, I reached out to Sean, and I always like supporting like other bloggers because there's not really a whole bunch of us out there blogging, let alone blogging about tiki. And I thought it was really, really cool that you're local. So I reached out to you, and then I find out that Sean is also into collecting movie posters.
Yes.
What type of movie posters?
I have all genres, but mostly horror.
Mostly horror, and like spanning like all the decades, right?
Yeah, I think my oldest is in the 20s or maybe the 30s, but I have thousands.
Also, what Sean does is he makes these things, it's called mail art. Mm-hmm. Well, what is mail art exactly? I mean, how did this start? Like what?
Oh, okay. I had a feeling you were going to ask. Okay, mail art is anything that you can make that you can send to the mails. And can I dive into this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like this wasn't sent to me, but someone grabbed a little flap they found on the ground from a grocery cart, and they wrote on the back and they mailed it. Ta-da! Mail art.
Andy Warhol, eat your heart out.
Yeah. It's just that's
no. What Andy Warhol would have done is he would have
taken that.
He would have recreated it on his own piece of plastic, and then there you go. Then it'd be worth thousands.
The guy who's being credited with being the first mail artist was named Ray Johnson. He started doing stuff in the mail in the 40s, and then he really got going in the 50s. And then there's like all these offshoots like the Dada movement and the Fluxus movement. And when I started doing it, I just started doing it on my own organically. I didn't know anything about it. And so then I found out it was a thing, and I continued to do it. And I just kind of do my own thing. I don't really pay attention to all the different branches and variations and movements of it.
But I mean, but when it comes to mail art, I mean, literally, it's art that's sent through the mail. Yeah. So there could be and that literally could be anything.
Anything.
And
paintings,
and there's a couple pieces that people sent you. So let's talk about some of these as different examples.
Yeah, there's different examples. So you saw the grocery cart thing. This one, it's rubber stamped. It's from my friend Sue, and it has stickers on the heads, but it's basically rubber stamped. So that's mail art. And then this is a collage. It's a postcard, and it's just various things cut out and reassembled in a different way. So that's mail art.
When it comes to mailing things to the mail, is there any kind of rules?
Oh God.
Of like what you can and can't send? Like obviously this went through.
Yeah.
But I mean, is there?
There are.
Is it more of like a logistics kind of thing? Like we just can't send this through the mail, or is it like the imagery or the? I mean, I'm guessing you can't like have someone that's naked or something like that on it and send it.
You know, back in the day when I was trying to get away with what I could get away with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some naked things went through.
Oh, okay. So, Sean, you started making art. And you were saying, so this is like an early piece of yours, right? This one here?
That's an early one.
And essentially, this is just like pencil drawing?
Doodles. It's just like felt
just
markers.
doodles.
Yeah. And yeah, that's how it started. I used to write back in the day before texting, before email. I would write. I love to write. So I'd write these big, long letters to people. And then, I just started kind of decorating the outside a little bit just to kind of make it more interesting. And then people commented on the little decorations, so I got more and more elaborate. And that's kind of how I started. You
have to think that, like, I mean, like, if you can send out a postcard that has an image on it, then, there's no problems in, like, sending out stuff that has other type of imagery. Now, this is obviously, just like you said, doodles.
Yeah.
But then you started getting into making horror movie themed mail.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I do other stuff too, but mostly it's designed to emulate a movie poster because I've loved movie posters all my life. Since I was a kid, I used to look at the newspaper every day, if you know what a newspaper was, at the movie section, first thing every morning to see the ads because I just love the ads.
Yeah.
And so, most of my mail art looks like movie posters or designed to emulate movie posters.
But there's definitely been an evolution, so let me grab this one here. So this is kind of one of the first ones. And what is this here? It's Friday the 13th, Charlie Brown.
Instead of it's Charlie Brown Christmas or it's the Easter Beagle Charlie Brown.
What is it? There's a knife going through his...
Yeah. And Snoopy has a Jason mask on. And a knife.
So obviously there's a level of humor to this.
Yeah.
It's like horror and humor,
Yeah.
But it was like, in the tradition of It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown and It's Easter Beagle Charlie Brown comes an all new peanut special. This is great. So this is like one of the first ones, but then you took it to like the next step.
Yeah. This one.
Look at this now. So now you're literally adding like pieces to it.
Yeah. And you'll notice it's coming off of the envelope.
Yes, I mean
I've reinforced the back.
And this went through. Like
it went through, yeah. Where did this go to? This went to a mail art. So when I actually bought that back, that's how I still have it.
And that's you, actually.
That's a picture of me, yes, as Frankenstein.
I like how you have a flower on here.
Yeah, well, it's Frankenstein's love child.
Frankenstein's
the grooviest ghoulie to ever haunt the screen. See the creation of the world's first man-made modster, not monster, modster.
It's a lot of puns here.
Yeah.
And well, that's the thing, though. There's a lot of puns in those movie posters. I mean, like, already going from that one to this one is a big step. But then you went even further. And this is the thing that I find that's genius here. We'll both put these up together. So you have, like, the triple-double feature, and the double feature. And now you're making... So essentially you're getting two movies for the price of one here.
I love the drive-in ads back in the day. They used to be so I want to go so bad. Of course I was too young, but
Night of the Perspiring Dead.
Yeah. And strange smells in a crowded elevator.
We've all been there before. Sometimes those are the worst horrors, right?
Yeah.
What are some of the ones that are
these aren't that great, but House Without a Bathroom, pray for constipation. Filmed in regular scope, black and white, regular.
Those alone so far are really, really cool.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
But then you kind of took it even further. And Sean sent me several pieces of mail art through the mail, and which I'm honored to have. Thank you.
I'm honored to know you, so thank you.
Well, like, for example, then it just became like the full envelope, full color. There's this morbid manner. So how did you evolve from there to there? Or was it just a gradual?
Well, I did this. This is back in the day before computers, and so I really had to borrow things. I had to find old movie books and photocopy them.
Yeah.
Or Xerox them, I should say. And now I have the internet, so it's an unlimited source of images. So that's kind of what I use. And I stopped doing mail art in the early 2000s, and life got in the way, and I kind of just forgot all about it. And then when I was moving, I went through it, found a box, and all this old mail art stuff, and I was like, oh my God. So I jumped back on the wagon and started making it again last year, and even from when I started again till now, you can kind of see a progression, because I kind of was trying to get my groove back, and this is kind of what my groove is now, is these horror things that look like that.
Yeah, it's like full color.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word, professional look.
Well, thank you.
Well, like this one here, it's sort of like, you actually, you're kind of like handwriting stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
pre-computers, yeah.
And here's another one that you sent to me. The House of the Unspeakable. I love your tagline. So shocking and appalling, we can't tell you about it.
In other words, I had no idea what to make.
But the thing is, it's all about these, these little taglines. Where ghastly surprises lie in every room. You will have nightmares forever. Great. Then Sean started using images of me. And so here you go. Tiki Bar of Terror. And it's funny because it's that's not a picture of me. That's from an episode of my Tiki with Ray show. And I know the episode, and I know what I'm talking about. And somehow you found that image of me, and then you made it into this. What does it say here? Rum wasn't the only spirit to haunt this bar. So scary you may find a poo-poo platter in your shorts. This is so great. And it's funny, that's actually a Star Wars themed tiki bar. Of a guy in New Jersey. I mean, this kind of encapsulates, tiki and B-movie horror. But you went even further. And you sent me this one.
Oh, yeah.
This is like the coup de grace. Tiki Goth Club and the Mystery of the Empty Scorpion Ball. And this was a picture that I posted on Instagram. And I think just because of my lighting, I was that red. But you're like, the Tiki Goth Club went out for drinks. The bartender made them a Scorpio ball, but it never reached the table. Can the gang discover the secret to the startling disappearance? Danger, suspense, excitement, inebriation. Wait, there's more.
There's more.
We were at Steven's place.
Yes.
Stephen Cran at the Rock and Jellyfish Lounge, and it's like a darkly lit bar, and I'm wearing these glasses that I have here. And you took a picture of me, and you kind of made me into an alien. Plan 9 from Planet Tiki. Beware, aliens from outer space are coming to steal your cocktails. I love it. And what I love is if Plan 9 from outer space was the Ed Wood movie.
Yeah.
That got me into essentially my love for B movies and stuff like that. I thought what it would be kind of cool is if you can kind of show us a little bit with how you put one of these together.
So basically, all my tools are glue stick, scissors, and envelopes. I use regular envelopes, or these ones I call, I don't know, when I was a kid they had report cards in these, so I call them report card envelopes. And then I also save all the junk mail envelopes that come.
Oh, no way.
So save myself some money, I look online all the time and I save images that I like. And if I find an image that I like, who is this person? What's the story behind this person?
Can I see?
Oh
shit, that's my ex-girlfriend.
I thought so. Anyway, so I'll take the image and I'll try to think of, okay, who is this person or this thing, and how can it be related to a horror movie or something?
Yeah.
And I know that the one that you told me that you liked the best so far and everything was a recent one I made called Satan's Pancake House, which I haven't mailed yet because you told me that, so I thought I'd save it.
Oh my god, there's the real thing. I mean, obviously I'm partial to the ones where I'm part of the movie, so But this one here, I was reading this, and it's like Satan's Pancake House. They wanted a morning meal and found themselves in pancake purgatory. You'll spend an eternity waiting for coffee refills. Every meal comes with bacon, hash browns, and a side of damnation. Oh my God. It's so awesome. I'll tell you what, I feel like I have eaten at Satan's Pancake House.
Because you like that one so much, I thought, well, I was trying to think of a horror movie for this lady. And so then I thought, I was trying to think of something.
So where do you find the images?
Just on the images. I'll Google like scared people or ghosts or whatever. And
what about more of these stereotypical like horror imagery? Like I'll
just look up old houses or cemeteries or graves or whatever, and I'll just save the pictures I find. I think about like what it could be, what's the story behind this picture, and then I try to make up a movie in my head about it, what it would be, a title at least, and some taglines. You like the Satan's Pancake House, and I had this image, so I thought, okay, I'm gonna something Satan-y. How can I do it to kind of riff off of this?
Yeah.
So I came up with Satan's Dating Service.
That's what I'm on right now. It's not working out too well.
So I put together images that I might want to use, and I come up with a title and the taglines, and I print them out.
Okay, so what about the lettering there? The Satan's Dating Service.
That is just a font I downloaded.
Oh, so it's a font.
Yeah, I did this on Word. And
so you have different fonts that you can download. Okay.
Yeah. I cut out the images, and I figure out which background I'm going to use. I'll take it, and I'll just start laying stuff out, trying to see where it would go, and I move things around, and sometimes like images they just won't fit, or I can't figure out where to put them, or sometimes I'll need to reverse things, or sometimes I'll just have to look for something else.
And you like you cut it out too, like down to like the letters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a heart, a bloody heart.
Yeah, that's a bloody heart. Yeah, with staples in it or something. And so I'll work with it. I'll rearrange it. I'll add things. I'll take things out, and then I'll put it all down. And this is what I got. I changed the lettering, but
oh wow! So this is a complete one.
Yeah, I didn't use the heart. I changed the lettering, but everything else is the same. I reversed this guy's because he's actually the other way, and I reversed him.
When love needs a helping hand, the slashed out, or a cloven hoof. Oh my God. You'll be guaranteed to live unhappily ever after. For eternity. Her profile said she was a model. It didn't say it had been 50 years ago. So true, too. So you literally cut out every piece.
Yeah.
And then you glue it on there.
Figure out where it goes and glue it on. And that's the space for the address there.
I honestly think like these are like the coolest things like I have seen. And to me, it really just ticks a lot of the boxes of like, well, especially, for example, like the Tiki Goth Club. It's like it combines the elements of tiki and horror. I mean, horror goth, whatever you want to say. And that's the reason why, like, my friend Jamie, she started the Goth Tiki Facebook group page because it was like, because she's into both. And there's a bunch of people out there that they're not just into tiki. They're into other things. And it's just like, it kind of reminds me of like the Cramps. It's like they're singing about a lot of different topics that are like, that these are like interests that I have. And I'll tell you what, Sean, I know for a fact there's going to be a lot of people out there that they're going to think these are just as cool as me. So I'm going to put this out there, and not speaking for Sean, but if this is only going to go out to the Tiki Goth Club members out there, so you have to be a member. But if you're interested in having Sean make you one of these, if you ask nicely, he might just make you one. And that being said, there's two ways to do this. You can reach out to Sean, and Sean, what would be the best way? Instagram?
Sure.
Yeah. So
what is my Instagram?
Mr. Monster GoGo.
Okay, thank you.
Or the Tiki Tourist.
Or the Tiki Tourist, yeah.
Yeah, so either of those ways. Or just reach out to me any way you like. I mean, you know how to get all of me. And ask nicely. And then I'll get it to Sean. And, if you give me your address or whatever, he might make you one. I really think it's cool. And the thing that I ask, if Sean makes you one, The only thing I ask is share that picture of the piece of mail art on your socials, on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever. Show a picture of you with it, just kind of saying thanks to Mr. Monster or GoGo here. So, well, and I'm going to say thank you right now. Thank you for all the pieces that you've sent me already. And I'm framing them. Like, these are all framed. I actually unframed them to bring these up here today. And I cherish these. And thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like them.
So you may be asking yourself, how can I join the Tiki Goth Club? Well, there is no membership. There are no fees. Well, things have changed. For $15, you can become a member of the Tiki Goth Club. What does $15 get you? It gets you your own membership card with your own number. You also get a couple stickers and a pin. I also have shirts for sale. These are $20, $5 shipping and handling. If you're interested in any of this, go to my website, tikiwithray.com, and there's a tab that says Tiki Goth Club. Just click on that, and all the information you need is there.